Hi.
Hello.
Welcome. I'm Beth.
I'm Susan.
And we are the
2 over 2
Stitchers. Welcome back for our next Flosstube video. This is a YouTube channel all about our cross-stitch journey together.
Yep, we're so glad you could join us. It is very, very cold,
Yes,
very
it
snowy in Northwest Indiana. So Beth and I both agree that the best thing we can do is when we're not working is hunker down, relax, cross-stitch, and watch some good TV, right?
Exactly.
Perfect.
Exactly. So we're just going to kick things off today. We don't have a horrendous amount to show, but quite a bit. And then we're going to try and tag a video on at the end of Susan's Valentine tree as well. So first things first, Susan, how did you do 24 hours of cross stitch? How did that work for you this week?
It didn't work because we were moving my daughter and her husband into their new house. I did 24 hours of moving. My body at least felt like I did 24 hours of moving. They didn't move very far. They moved probably 8 miles, from one end of one town to the other end of another town. But they did not have anything packed because they both work, during the week, and they just didn't think to pack anything. So, and we were racing against the Saturday snowstorm here. Yep. So we literally threw stuff in cars, threw stuff in the back of a Menards truck, the big furniture pieces, and we moved them in 6 hours flat. Literally a couple trips back and forth. And Mama organized the kitchen for my daughter. So pretty much they have 95% of their things moved from the one house to this house, and I would say they have 95% of it organized and put away. Okay. I became an expert last week also on stick-on tile, so if anybody needs helpful hints on how to put stick-on tile on a backsplash,
that might come in handy for me eventually.
I did it. It's the Subway kind of tile, so it's fairly easy because it's all even, but I did use my handy-dandy cutting boards and mat cutters and all sorts of good stuff. Yes.
Awesome.
So 24 hours of cross stitch. I brought cross stitch to my daughter's house and I did nothing. And then Sunday afterward, I actually did stitch Sunday, but maybe 4 or 5 hours. That's about it. I was pooped, guys. I was tired. So, but she's moved and they're done because they bought this house. So
That's
they're done.
good.
Yeah. So I'm excited for them. It's a darling house. I'm excited.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so exciting. Is that their first house they
Their
bought?
first house, yes.
That's
They've been married
super
a little
awesome.
over a year, and this is their first house that they bought. And it's absolutely perfect. It's very well kept brick ranch from the 1960s, and they are decorating it mid-century modern. So everything from very old antique 50s and 60s tables and decor. It's pretty cool, actually.
Awesome.
She has lime green chairs in her living room. So pretty cool.
That is cool. That is cool. I remember my first house, I think I had a lime green chair in the living room. And I got to tell you, though, I didn't think it was so cool.
Well, they seek this out. So,
oh, my.
Yeah.
No.
So how was your 24 hours?
Well, okay. So my 24 hours, I had asked on the last video if there was any interest in me doing like an hourly video. And several of the viewers said yes, they would like to see that. So I did all of my stuff. I announced to my family that come Friday morning, started 24 hours of cross stitch for the whole weekend. There could be no interruption. Every hour I had to stop and film an update. I did all the things, people. I had my whole schedule out about what I was going to stitch on when. And I had planned. I had stuff in the crock pot cooked. I had it all worked out. I thought, these people are going to be very proud of me. I'm going to have my stuff all together, right? Yeah, sure. So I started out and I stitched on my first thing for an hour, and then I filmed and gave an update, and I did that every hour, and talked about in detail about the Flosstube person I watched during that hour and what kinds of cool things there were about each of them. Yeah. And I didn't take any notes on all of that because I just talked about it right after I watched it, right? So I didn't feel like I had to spend time writing it all down. So I did this all day Friday night. And then Saturday I got up and I started the same process again. I'm going to give a morning so-called of what I'm going to do that day and all that, and then start out and had my whole plan. Well, Saturday morning I got up and I started, and I didn't like the way my video, like when I stopped it, my intro, I thought, I don't think that was very good. I'm going to rewatch that. And so when I went to rewatch it, you could hear like every fifth or sixth word, and my face would get distorted and wonky. And I thought, what is up with that? So I went back and I'm like, well, let me see. Did that happen Friday night? Sure enough. Oh, it even happened Friday morning when I did the first one.
Oh, man. So what was it?
I don't know what it was, but then it said my phone was maxed out of space and it just went wonky. So I had to delete everything.
Oh, gosh.
You couldn't understand a single thing. And, I'm holding up stuff and all you can see is blurry, fuzzy. And I'm like, oh my God, you're kidding me. So I just want you to know that I did cross stitch for about 22 of the 24 hours.
Wow.
And I made every effort to film a video every hour, and then I was going to merge them all together, and do the magic.
No magic.
I am sorry, there was no magic. There just definitely was not. And then I thought, well, maybe I'll do a video on Sunday when it's all over and just do just that. But I got so frustrated with it. I really only stitched on 2 projects the whole time. And I thought, it's not even worth a video. I'll just wait and talk about it when we meet.
Yeah.
And it even got, so if that wasn't enough of aggravation for me, let me tell you how my week went. I don't normally get into personal stuff, but I'll share a little bit. So this past week was very crazy for me. For those of you that are maybe new to our channel or don't know, I have actually been unemployed since the end of June. So I've been applying and doing all those things, but I just haven't found the right thing yet or what have you. So this past week, I found the right thing.
Yay.
So, yay, right? If everything goes as planned, I think I'll start around the middle of February. But anyways, what that means is that in order for that to happen, we had a lot of purging we had to do at home because I will be working from home permanently full time. So I needed to have a space for some new, I wanted a new desk and some things like that. So that meant that we had to purge a lot of stuff. Like we had a room that had like over 40 boxes in it from our house fire from a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
So we had to go through every single one of those boxes, people.
That's worth
40. That's like almost like moving a house, so to speak.
Absolutely.
Okay? So we did all of that in 2 days. The reason why there was such a frantic is because, when you are accepted at a job, they have all this like documentation, legal documentation that they need, right? About your birth certificate, your social, all those things. So I couldn't find them, people. I couldn't find any of them. I think that they were all in a spot and they all got consumed in the fire is the only thing I can think of.
Yeah.
So I had to go in crisis mode. We unpacked every single, because, if you have never had a fire and you don't know this, these lovely people that deal with house restoration and all that after a fire, they come in and they box all of your belongings up. Okay? And they empty your house out completely, furniture, everything comes out. And then they fix everything they need to. They take the insulation out that they need to. They de-smoke everything. It's a big process. Then they bring it all back in. They put your furniture in, and then they just put your boxes, stack them in a room somewhere. The lovely people that did ours, on the outside of every box was our last name. And that was it.
Oh, so you had no idea what was...
We had no idea what was in what. And here's the lovely part. You open the top of the box and you're thinking, I can tell from there. No, because the top of the box might have family pictures in it. The bottom of the box might have laundry detergent and canned goods from the kitchen in it.
Oh my gosh.
Like it wasn't even all from the same room.
Wow.
Yeah.
They probably, what they were probably doing is conserving boxes.
Exactly.
So they probably had like 10 or 12 open at a time and would say, well, this will fit in this one, this will fit in this one, with no regard to what room.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness.
So we got through all of that. And so then we decided, we still have to clean out this room that is going to be, because we didn't find my documentation, I had to actually drive over an hour away to get copies of things that I needed so I could get all that taken care of Monday morning. So then we decided we had to clean out what we call our computer room so that I could have my own workspace, right?
Sure.
So we have started on that process. And I said to my lovely wife today, I said, okay, tomorrow we're gonna start tackling this corner over here of that room. And she smiled at me and she said, oh, that means we'll be purging cross stitch items tomorrow. No. We might be relocating, we might be reorganizing, but we will not be purging that.
No, I would put them in my trunk before I purge.
Exactly. We will not be purging that. So if we video next time and I show up with a couple of boxes I need you to store for me, you'll understand.
Room. I have a craft room. They'll just blend in with the rest. So.
Exactly. So needless to say, this past week I haven't gotten much done as far as stitching, but I am getting the house ready for the new job situation, which I'm very thankful for.
Because then you'll have more money for cross stitch.
Shh, don't say that out loud. Shh. All right, so let's get on with this. What do you have for us for previous finishes, Susan?
Okay, so these I wanted to show because if you have not been stitching for a long time, you might not know that these were once made by Lizzie Kate. They are no longer available. These are probably 20 years old, but when I used to travel for work, I would go to all these, cross stitch stores, and I lucked out and found these. These were scissor cases by Lizzie Kate. They came with a pattern. They came with the beads and the buttons. Some of it is just regular cross stitch, some is 1/1. If you look here, I'm going to put my finger back here. See, this is a band that goes across it. And then it also came, I'll open it up just so you can see. If you ever go to an older shop and you see these ran, I believe, $20 a piece. Grab them because they're no longer made. And see, there's the inside.
Awesome.
And then it also came with the little strawberry to put onto your scissors.
But you had to put that together, right? And
yes,
sew the pouch and everything.
No, this was pre-made. So it's pre-made with a pattern. The only thing you had to do was stitch on the band and find what scissors you wanted to use.
Oh.
So this was, I believe, the summer one.
Okay.
And then this, I believe there was 4 seasons. You guys correct me if I'm wrong. This, I happened to luck out. This is the little fall one.
That is adorable.
With little leaves, and it even came with like a little pumpkin thing to hang on. And of course I put my name on there. And then this one opens up just the same. No little pocket on the inside of this, but it came with a little leather fob and then a little felt, looks like an acorn to me.
Oh, that
for
is
fall.
Cute.
But I thought I'd share these because if you're new to cross stitch, you would never really see these.
Right.
They're like oldies but goodies. Occasionally you can find them on Stash and Load, I think, or you could find the pattern and make your own little case if you're super handy. So I don't know if I'd be that handy, but so that's my past finishes I thought I'd share.
Those are adorable.
So something different.
So great.
Yeah.
So do you want to do your whips?
Yeah, because I have one.
Well, I don't have very many. So.
I have one whip. And honestly, guys, I really thought I would finish this today at lunch. Not so much because today was kind of hectic at work. I am almost done. This is the super cute, super darling Stitching with the Housewives gingerbread people.
That is so cute.
And you can see I just have the little girl to do. I got the little boy done, and then I just have to do the little frou-frou at the top. I will make this into an ornament for my cross-stitch tree. But, yeah, that's pretty much, because everything else I finished that I was working on, I actually finished.
Chair just fell out of that.
Thank you. So that's my only whip. I'm whipless.
You're whipless.
Wow, whipless as far as, like, what I've been working on. So.
Okay.
Pretty sad.
Well,
What you got?
I have a few, not a lot, but a few. Okay, but
Small in your terms.
Small in my for me. Okay,
Yes,
remember
yes.
like the 30 I had last time or whatever. So keep that in mind. So as I've mentioned before, I am doing the School of Magical Stitches stuff this year.
Mm-hmm.
So everything that you're going to see today is stuff that I've stitched on for that. So the first one is Lizzie Kate's Plumpkin. I had started this in Darktober, I think, in October, and I didn't have much of it done. I had one leg done, and I think just the very edge of the pumpkin. I think I didn't bring my planner today. I think I put a little over 300 stitches in this. So that's where it's at so far.
That pumpkin's like a huge amount of orange.
It is. It is a huge amount of orange. I've already decided I'm not going to stitch the pumpkin word at the bottom or the stars on the outer edges. I'm not so sure yet if I'm going to finish this into a little Halloween ornament or what I'm going to do with it. I don't know. I don't think the pumpkin really goes with it. I think people are going to be like, well, what is that?
What's
mean?
a pumpkin?
What is that?
Yeah.
Right? So rather than cause confusion, that's going to be the plan. Let's see this one for a second. So the next one that I worked on is my Plum Street Samplers Pink House Sampler. I'll turn it this way so you can actually see the pattern. Mine looks significantly different because I'm doing mine on a piece of 30 count Blue Jean by Weeks Dye Works. I started this last year in 2020 on my mom's birthday, which is February 19th. I got a lot done on this, folks.
Ooh.
I had, since you last saw this, I just had the one side of the house done.
Yeah.
I've been working on the middle part of the house.
Look at that.
So, not bad.
It's pretty awesome, Beth.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work.
It is. I stitched on this, I think it was over 2,000 or maybe 3,000 stitches for one of the challenges I had to do. So,
beautiful.
Yeah. So that's not too bad.
That's a big difference in that piece.
It is. And I will say this, I don't recall who, but someone else was saying that they were stitching on it and they didn't think that the color of their house, I forgot what color it's called for. Anyways, it doesn't look as pink on their fabric as it does in the picture. I will say this, I don't necessarily know that mine looks super pink. I think it looks more peachy than pink.
Salmony.
But I also thought that part of that could be because it's on this darker blue fabric as well. So, but I like it. I'm fine with it. I don't have any issues with it whatsoever. I'm enjoying stitching on it. I really wish I could have it done by the middle of February this year for my mom's birthday, but obviously that's not going to happen.
No.
Maybe February of next year.
Yep.
So then I worked on this beast. This is Let Freedom Ring by Lila Studios. This is primarily the piece that I worked on during 24 hours of cross stitch. For those of you that maybe are new or haven't seen this before, I am stitching this on a piece of hand-dyed Monaco. It was specially dyed for this project. It's a one of a kind, and it is my oldest whip. It was started in January 1st of 2019. That's impressive, isn't it? I've been stitching for almost 30 years, and 2019 is my oldest whip I have.
That's pretty good.
Here we go.
Oh, it's so pretty.
This is the big middle section of that building. Started here.
Oh,
so I did all of this, people. I think I did about 4,000 stitches in this.
Wow.
And I have a lot to go still, but
it's amazing.
So I'm going to hold it. Let's do it close up so they can see that. So basically, I put the first 2 stories of the windows in.
Wow.
Yeah. They
That's
were pretty impressive,
gorgeous.
right?
It's my favorite. You know that.
I know. It honestly is my favorite too. When I pick it up, like, I know that was a lot of stitching, but it didn't seem like a lot of stitching because I love to stitch on it. It's the one thing that, like, honestly, like, as I was doing trying to do my 24-hour videos every hour, I felt guilty that it's like, and here I am back again with more of a house, more windows.
Yeah.
That's right. I was like, if I'm doing this again, I have to figure this out better. Well, obviously, I have to do more than just figure out better variety in projects if I do it again. All right, then the last thing is, I think as I mentioned on our prior video, I was going to do an inauguration day start. So I chose to start a new constellation by Plum Street Samplers. It is. I am stitching this on a piece of 36 count Oaken by Picture This Plus. And for a day's work,
Yep.
just the front?
Yeah.
I can't tell.
Yeah.
I don't think I did too bad. I got the border across the bottom done and along one side, and I started on the planter here on the corner.
And you know what? You can never underestimate how much time counting takes. Because you do it once, especially on a piece like this. You do it twice, you do it again.
So here's what I'll tell you a little secret, because, you know, I was planning on just doing the whole border first, right? Mm-hmm. I stitched a T up here on the top, right? And you think, well, wait a minute, Beth, you put the planner upside down. Then no, what I did is I stitched the T, and I thought about, you know, I was going to do the border all the way around, and I did it all the way across, and I started down, and then I got paranoid and panicky, because when it comes to this 36 or 40 count, either one for me, sometimes I have an issue and I catch over, you know, I'm a thread off maybe or something weird, right? So I thought, oh, what if I go all the way around this and then I'm a thread off? Or what if I've miscounted something, right?
Yeah.
So I decided to flip it upside down, and instead of using this as my top, to use it as my bottom, because if you'll notice in the corners here on both sides, there's a planter with a potted plant with a whole thing of flowers along the side. So I thought, okay, I'm going to do that and go up first and make sure my up is the right number and it evens out before I go any more around and back around.
That's so smart.
So I flipped it because I didn't want to start and do a flower upside down. This seemed like a perfect spot to do that kind of work in. So that's what I chose.
Beautiful.
So let's take a small break, and we'll come back. Susan's got a nice pile of finishes. She's been very busy.
I have been. Not stitching.
But finishing, though, that's part of the stitching process, right? All right, we'll be right back, folks. All right, thanks for coming back with us. So you're going to talk about your fully finished items, right?
I am. So during 24 hours of cross stitch, the one thing I did do after my daughter's move, I finally finished Tahiti Santa.
He's beautiful.
By Mill Hill. I don't know if I'll ever do this again. Actually, I will, because I have the two matching Santas. But, okay, look at his foot. I did an extra row, so he's got one big front foot and then a smaller baby foot, but I was not about to take it out. So y'all know that he's got a big old foot hanging right there. But it was a very good lesson in beading for me.
Okay.
Come here, Teddy. Come here. Got a little boy that needs attention. It was a great lesson in beading for me, and a great lesson on the first time I worked on paper. These next two little finishes that I have, these I stitched the last time my husband and I were on a cruise, and these are both by Hands On Design. This one says, "Get thee to the beach," and I put my initials on the flag, and then my finishing back is the little crab material with a little wool heart that matches the front. And then the matching piece to this is, it says fun, and then I put the word stitch and sun, because I literally sat at the pool deck in my swimsuit stitching these two. And probably everybody thought I was crazy, but I didn't care. Same finishing on the back, but since my house is beachy, I'll find a home for them. I did this, now I know my cousin won't be watching, but I have a cousin that lives in Texas. She loves hummingbirds. So I made this for her because she likes everything little and everything hummingbird. This was a little pattern that I pulled out of a very old magazine, and it's teeny tiny, and I'm going to send this to her for her birthday. And this was just a little tiny frame from Michael's. Now, to get this to fit, because you can see the stitches go all the way to the edge of that mat, I literally put glue around the edges of the mat, smush the mat on to the right spot on it. I know, but nobody cares. And you know what? It's 5 hours of my time.
Right.
And then I cut the material around the mat, and it's stretched perfectly and fits perfectly. And
that's awesome.
You know what? We're not historic.
Awesome.
We're not historic stitchers on little stuff like that, so I'm not too worried.
No, that is cute.
Another little Halloween finish. This is October 31 by Lizzie Kate. I made it into a little pillow. Now, I did the spider on the back, and then my husband said he's got to have black legs instead of orange, so I'm probably going to rip the legs out and put black legs. But I do like them with the fangs this time, and that'll go on my Halloween tree. And I might put some trim on these. I was finishing these late last night. I got on a roll last night and I was finishing. Oh, go see
Hey,
Becky.
you coming? Come on. Oh,
Okay.
okay. Whoa, okay.
The next finishes are ones that I did for my Valentine's tree. So here's Be Mine with the back. Here is the little cupcake that I showed you last time. And again, you guys know I'm not a super fancy finisher. Little cupcake with the heart.
That is cute.
On the back. Okay, look at the back. This is a Peace on Earth ornament from Hobby Lobby that I turned into a Valentine's little, remember with that Be Mine by Barbara Anna. And look what I did, folks. Okay, I laced it and I kind of glued it, and then I glued the magnet on the back, and then I put the magnets in there. So it just hooks. Because I tried gluing it into the tart, and there wasn't enough edges on it to glue, but the magnet works great.
That looks adorable.
Thank you. And then the very last one is Be Mine by Stitching with the Housewives. And I did this on a turquoise blue fabric from Misty, and not called for colors because it was a red and a white rose and I liked the pink. But look at this fabric. Ah, bees on the back. I was so excited. So that'll get mushed up into the Valentine tree. And then I decided, I'm tired of buying project bags, people. So I made myself a vinyl front project bag. I did this last night. Okay, the zipper actually works, but I had a heart attack because the end of it pulled off and I was like, I broke it. And then I fed it back on and then got it to work. But yeah, the zipper works. I followed the best tutorial. It is, if you go on YouTube and Google Jen, Jenn, crafts, the word crafts, and then vinyl stitch bag or, vinyl. If you just even put Jen crafts and vinyl, she has a tutorial that, guys, this literally takes you step by step. I made this by starting and stopping the video. On some sections, I ran the YouTube video at only 75% speed, so it would be slow, so I could listen to her as I did this. Start to finish, this took me 90 minutes, starting and stopping with the video. So after we're done tonight, I'm gonna go make more because I have fabric and I have zippers. So
and how did that take, a half yard or?
So I bought a half a yard of each piece, but the back piece takes one piece that is 15 by 12, is because it's 15 wide, 12 tall, but the actual size of the bag is 13 by 10. But that extra inch, like to make the binding, you fold it and then fold it over again over this. You take 2 long strips, and then your backing is just a piece that's like 13 by 9. It's like, if you follow her video, and the video was made about a year ago, she has so many compliments on it that say this is the best video ever, because it truly is the best video ever to make project bags. Kristen, my husband, goes, maybe you could make them and sell them. No, not gonna happen. I want them for me. So my thought behind this was, you know how I like to do smalls, and lately I think that's my domain, at least this year, is the smalls. I want a Valentine bag filled with Valentine smalls. I want an Easter bag, Easter smalls, Halloween.
Yeah.
So yeah, same thing. And actually this is the same design that is used by Goose Designs.
Oh, okay.
So if you like her bags, it's literally identical to this bag. Hers is a little bit bigger, but same method. And her stitching is probably straighter, but hopefully mine will get better.
Right, over time.
Yeah.
Right. Cool.
So busy.
Come
here, Ted. Say hi to the audience, Ted. He's my little old man. He's 8 years old.
So I have one finish.
Yay.
It's not an FFO, but at least it's a finish. So I worked on this 1990 Prairie Schooler Santa. This one here in the corner that's got the little forest animals. He's done on a piece of 18 count gray Aida that I significantly coffee tea dyed and grunged up.
Oh, he's so good.
Here he is in his full. Put my initials there, and not the year that I stitched it, but I wanted to document the year the Santa was.
Oh, okay.
So I put 1990 on it instead.
Perfect.
So I knew which was which. That way when I get all of them done, I'll know every year which year that Santa was for.
That's great. Those animals are just darling.
Aren't those cute?
Like that little raccoon with the tail?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it is cute. It is. I really like it. So, this is my, and by the way, this is the very first Prairie Schooler Santa I have ever stitched in all of my years of stitching.
I have yet to do one. I rescued one from a resale shop, but for $1, but
it took a lot longer to stitch than I expected it to.
that's what everybody says.
Yeah.
Like even when I watched Priscilla and Chelsea's video and Priscilla's working on it,
Yeah.
Again, when you fill in solid fabric or stitching, you forget how long it takes.
Right. Right. And it I mean, it wasn't difficult to do. It just was a lot of fill in and it was good for TV watching, especially.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so Susan, I think you have a little bit of haul for us today, don't you?
Okay, so the only haul I have is the material that I bought last night in the vinyl to make this. And then I bought, our Joann's was kind of picked over. So it might be a good excuse to go buy fabric somewhere.
That is cute.
But I'll hold these two up. This is going to be for the Easter bunny bag. Cute little bunnies and cute little check. I'm going to do the bunnies on the outside. And I'll probably work on that tonight. And then I found Disney Villains fabric that I had for Halloween. Forgot I bought it. I don't know where I got it, but I'm going to do that one too.
Awesome. All right. So do you have plans for this week?
To get a dog quiet. Here, Ruby.
We're going to swap dogs.
Swap
Hold,
dogs.
please.
This is Ruby.
Oh, no. We got to have both, Mom.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay. Plans for this week. Yes, actually, this weekend, honestly, I'm probably going to sit and stitch during Super Bowl.
Hello, let me have her.
Have a dog. I'll probably stitch, and my plans this week, I want to get a few more project bags made, because now I feel like I'm kind of on a roll now that I just did it. And then really this week, I want to organize my project bags.
Right.
Because I don't like the chaos of it. Come here, Rube. What are your plans, Beth, besides holding a dog?
Well, my plans involve continuing the rearranging and purging of the house stuff to get ready. I think we're supposed to get some more snow this weekend.
We are.
Another dump, a large dump, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try and get some more stitching in. I think I've got some like about 1,000 or so penalty stitches to do for one of the assignments on Let Freedom Ring. So I think I'll make some more progress on that.
Good.
This week. And then I think the other thing I'll say is probably we'll have one more regular video. And then after that, you will likely see a decrease in my stitching because I'm going back to work, right? I can no longer sit and stitch all day, every day. That wasn't part of the condition of employment. Sorry. I couldn't find a job that would pay me well enough to let me sit and stitch all day.
That'd be nice though, guys.
I wish, but it's best for me to get back to some regular. My mind needs it, I think, more than anything.
Oh, I agree.
So, yeah. So, all right. So we are, we're going to say thank you, and then we're going to do a small little add-on video here of Susan's tree next.
Thank you, folks, for joining us again. We really appreciate you watching us. We hope that what we're sharing is what you like. If you have any suggestions, by all means, leave a comment for us. But we're so glad you joined us once again.
And remember, when we hit 500 subscribers, we're going to do a good giveaway.
Absolutely.
So make sure you subscribe and hit the little bell to remind you when we're going to be on. All right. Take care, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, folks. I'm going to show you my Valentine's tree. It's the same little tree I had set up for Christmas with my stitching. This little tree was one that I purchased at Walmart over the Christmas holiday season, and it was only $25. We've got some little cute Rae Dunn hearts, because you know I love those. This is the little cupcake from the Country Cottage Needleworks chart. You'll see all of my little hearts that, remember last episode I told you I glued together, my little candy hearts in different colors. Here is Love You More, I believe from Hands On Design. as we go down. All of the little decorations, guys, were from the Dollar Tree besides the Raiden ornaments. That is a little, oh gosh, one from Lizzie Kate. I had rescued the little heart in a frame and I made it into a pillow. Here's the Be Mine. As we go down more, we have Love Never Fails by Heart and Hand, or no, Bent Creek, I believe. I'm so sorry. Be Mine, Lizzie Kate. Another Be Mine from Hands On Design. My little Be Mine from Barbara Anna. Turtley from Lindy Stitches. And a little opalescent with some little Valentine's trim. And Roses Are Red. And that one is by, goodness, I'm so sorry. It escapes me. Cecilia is the one that designs it. But anyway, you can see my little Valentine tree. The little garland that I use, the little hearts, are actually necklaces that come 3 for $1 from the dollar store, and I just snip them to make them into little garland pieces. And I use the little picks that you can get at the dollar store to kind of fill in little hearts here and there. So I'm hoping over time I can fill it up just like I did my other one. Thanks for joining us, and I hope you enjoyed the tree.